Alright, gonna try to continue with this. Hey, good morning. Hello. I'm trying to work out some new brushes for Procreate. Not exactly new, but I just upgrade my Procreate to the latest version, and I realized there's like tons of different brushes in there. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try and see which brush works better for me, because I don't really like super smooth brushes. So I want some brush that has a bit of a texture, like that. So that actually worked better for me. Oh yeah, you know what? This might just be it. This is Pallion. Alright, that sounds pretty good. What about Lofty? Lofty is a little too soft. Yeah, especially if you don't press it down, you don't really get the darker shades, and that's not what I want. So Pallion is one of the good ones. Let me have a look if I've got other ones that kind of works too. Pen, what about Leafy here? The pen part is all very... I like this one too. Hang on, this one doesn't have any textures inside, but it has this very cool jagged edge kind of texture, which works as well. I haven't really decided which one to do, but I'm gonna see. I think both of them works pretty well, so I'll make a note on that. This is the one. What about that? No, it's not very good for outlines. It's probably good for some kind of special thing, but for outliers, it's not right. Elphinstone is one. How do I make a mark on that? Oh, well, you know what? We're just gonna try to remember that. What about ink? Nowhere else. I feel water. Love that brush. Yeah, that brush was good. Some brushes actually works really well. This is not for me. I'm at the moment looking for one that kind of works for my outline. This has got good too, but it does have the same kind of problem where if you draw quicker lines, the line isn't really gonna follow your brush very well. Yeah, so that's not the best. Swift. Holy cow, that one is pretty cool. I can immediately feel like if you want to do, I don't know, a Japanese calligraphy or Chinese calligraphy, you could go with that. Oh my god, that actually worked really well for it. Thanks. Yeah, that actually, I think that actually worked really well for Japanese calligraphy. Swift. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember that. Now, what about weapon? Let's see. Oh, that's one of the cartoon, classic cartoon kind of outline. Yeah, it's like a dipping pen. Yeah, it's like a dipping pen. It's probably not for. The rest looks pretty boring. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I can't really take these type for outlines because you do have gray colors in that. Okay, no, marker is definitely no good for outlines. Pastel. I used to love use one of the pastel brushes for my outline, but I remember I altered that one quite well before it actually works for me. Yeah, this I like the texture. The texture is good. But I do have to press down harder to make it, which could be tricky. So I thought, you know what, maybe I can. Now you know what, I'll just keep it as part of the original, what you call it, the coloring tool instead of outline tool. So it goes back to Paleon and Elfin Stone. Paleon, Elfin Stone. Elfin Stone is a lot more sleek. Paleon is more like a pencil. Yeah, and Elfin Stone, you do have to zoom right into it to see the texture, because this does not give you a perfectly smooth texture. It gives you a bit of jagged edges. Maybe it's because my maybe it's because my setting is not that high resolution, so I have that. If I zoom out, you don't really see the jagged edges. That means the texture is pretty much gone if you zoom out. Good morning, hello, or good afternoon. It depends on where you are. So that means, yeah, that means I'm gonna have to use just one of the pencil ones. Yeah, let's stick to Paleon. Well, this is not a final product. I'm just using that to create some basic shapes for Miku, and once that's down, at the moment I'm using what you call it, the symmetrical method, the mirrored method canvas to draw the basics. If your character is not mirrored, this is completely useless. But if you want to draw a fronton of a character, this will work. So yeah, works for me at this stage. I'm gonna change that later, but at the moment it kind of works very well. Her face, of course, needs to be altered to kind of like make her face in different directions and stuff. Or tilt the head a little, because at the moment I can't do that. But what I can do is I'll finish the basics first, and then I'll alter the position or the location of the face and just try to work it out. Alright. Yeah, you know what? I think this brush actually works very well for me. Hey, good morning. Alright, so I probably don't have to draw as much, because I feel like that's it. That's the end of her outfit. It's gonna be a little too short if it ends there. Anyway, yeah, it's far from the finishing part, so I'll remove these and just gonna continue the tie down a little lower, all the way to about there. That works a little better. Hi, hello. Alright, thanks guys for coming in. Alright, zoom out a little. I haven't done the hair, and well, here I cannot draw that on the layers of symmetrical, so I'm gonna actually do the hair on a separate layer. Towards the end, I might have to go back and just think about how to alter the face a little bit, because for me the face is a little wider. Just tiny bit of wider for me. Are you on IG? Yeah, I do have Instagram account, but I don't. Sorry, it's not really active. I draw too, not digital. Yeah, digital is how do you put this way? Digital is convenient. Okay, I just say that. So if you're a professional, you're definitely gonna have to go digital, because it's easy for you to change, it's easy for you to send to your clients and get approval and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, professional artists or professional illustrators will have to go digital. But if you just draw and you do that for fun, then it doesn't really matter. You just find whatever tools, whatever material that's convenient for you and that makes you feel comfortable with, and that will be the main thing that you use. The other things are not that important, because digital is just convenience. And I'm pretty sure you guys noticed that as well. In digital work, a lot of people were trying to mimic the traditional tools, the effect of watercolor and oil painting, for example. There are brushes designed to make your artwork look like you're actually done with watercolor. But then, if it's not for commercial work, what's the point? You can't just use watercolor, and also you can improve your watercolor skill while doing that, right? But only if you do commercial work and you realize, yeah, this is easy because it's all the convenience. How are you going to change that? Like, just imagine if somebody asks you to change certain things, and you draw everything on a piece of paper. How would you do that? You had to start over again. But I believe most of the people here watching probably on professional artists, so it doesn't really matter. If you're a learner, yes, just use anything that you feel comfortable with. If I don't draw professional work, if it's just for my own hobbit kind of work, I'll use all sorts of materials. That's bad. How do you animate? What do I animate? I don't think I animate much. What do you mean? Um, what program are you using for animation? Hmm. Well, not really. I don't think I have that an animated course. Oh, the Adobe character animation. Yes, yes, that one actually works. It's quite easy and convenient to use. Sorry, I didn't realize that's what you're talking about. Yeah, if you want to learn that, a couple of guys on YouTube has like really detailed uh, explanations of how to use that. I'm actually watching their videos and learned how to do that too myself. Yeah, it's convenient and it's free. How good is that? Well, now when we have YouTube, everything is all the basic knowledge based stuff are actually free now. So whenever you feel like it, yeah, you can just get them for free. How good is that? Um, and people will summarize things really well for you. No worries. No worries. Sorry, I couldn't give any like detailed explanations, but yeah, that's where I'm learning those things too. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a guy who's doing really good. Well, that's actually two guys who's doing really well. Hang on, let me work it out. There's a if you look for like a basic introductions, um, I think that guy. Let me find it for you. Yeah, this guy, Chris. Chris Piasecki, if that's the name. Yeah, he did that really well. And what was that? Hey Bessie. Yeah, that guy. Have a look at his tutorial, and that actually is very good for introduction, the basic introduction. And then after that, you can have a look at other people's tutorial too. I think he's doing really good explanations. No problem, mate. No problem. Have a look, because it's definitely worth to check out. Yeah, but again, you will just have to try to do more. And by the way, the one he teach there is actually a paid version of the program. That's the little thing, because you can't. I hate Adobe about this. You cannot purchase that app individually. You have to buy their like bundles together with a whole bunch of other apps like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. Well, if you're learning all that, which is fine, but if you're not really a learner and you're on a tight budget, that is pricey. So you're gonna be aware of that. Hello, some new ones here. Um, Yeah, I usually do a live stream in the afternoon time or night time. This is the first time I actually did that in early morning for a very long time. Yeah. I have to go back to the body structure here because I feel like the shoulder isn't very um, good. So I'm gonna change the shoulder a little bit. Yeah, when I'm doing body, I actually made it symmetrical. Awesome, yeah. Have some fun with the animation. That must be good. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to try my best to make her look cute. Alright, gonna try to get rid of some of the outlines here and refine her face because I think I made her face a little wider than it needs to be. And the chin as well, I can make the chin slightly. Yep. So that is a very good and simple design, I suppose. When it comes to the tracing part, I might have to just um, I might need to adjust the brush I'm using right now because I'm using this brush. I thought it would be good for tracing, but we'll see. Okay, so that part is fine. Oh, damn. Okay, I forgot something. No, the hair is symmetrical. I'm drawing that on the wrong layer, but that's okay. This is just the draft layer. Um, yeah, go back to the hair layer and work on the hair again. Yeah, so basically, I'm doing this in for a little video project later. All right, that's good to know. Yeah. Back to the body now. Gonna work on some patterns on the body. Is anyone else doing digital? Am I the only one doing digital work? Because I know my channel is about most of the content on my channel is like traditional work with markers and pens and all that kind of stuff. So I suppose people who come to my live stream will be the same group. That's good to know. Right. I'm going back to these. I think most of the details are there now. What I need to do here is I'm gonna tidy up her hair a little bit better on the side. Okay, that's fine now. I think I might have to start to trace it very soon. And while we're doing tracing, we can test if this is a good line producer. Actually, I don't really like this anymore after I tried it. Sorry, I've been a little too dramatic here because this one looks pretty what would you call this? Pretty rough. But outline needs to be something a little more sleek than that. So I might go back to the Elfin Stone and see if that one works for an outline. Alright, now it's all good. Back here, create a new layer, change that to blue. That's what I usually do. Put a blue over, make this screen, and the blue is still too dark. Make some lighter blue color. Yeah, that works better. Now how's that possible? Okay. Right, you actually change your race while growing up. That's very cool. I wish I can do that. Okay, now I'm gonna swap back to the one that's Elphinstone. Okay, swap back to Elphinstone and change my brush to black. I'm gonna test it out a bit first. I'm not a very neat kind of people who do outlines, so I will have to make sure that I'm doing that in the right way. First of all, I still wanna make the canvas symmetrical. So page assistant. Oh, hang on. Drawing guide, yeah, drawing guide is here. Drawing guide is still here. Good. Oh, don't worry about it. It's probably a battery thing or overheating thing. It's all good. Why is it a new page? I don't need a new page assist. Okay. Yep, that's the one then. What? Where are the details? I'm a little confused about these page assist thing. You know what? I might have to just turn it off. Page assist, drawing guide. Don't really need that. Okay, never mind. Normal. Alright, we'll go back to my basic drawing of the tracing part. Yeah, that's the thing, this brush This is not a very good brush for me, at least from what I'm looking at now. But I thought I'll give it a go and just see how much I can do with it. If it does work, for some reason it started working, that's good. If it doesn't work, then in the next drawing I might just have to swap to a different brush. Okay. I think so far the best thing about this brush is the capability of change the size based on the pressure. I mean, like, that sounds pretty standard, but this one here, the pressure and the size change is very dramatic. See, that's how fat these can be. I have to make it thinner. Okay, so that's this part. I'm gonna make the eyelash a little more pointier. I'm gonna do the bottom part. Yeah, I think that could be the main turning off point for me, because the size of the brush altered a little too much. I can go into the setting and change that. Maybe I should do that. So I don't want that. I want it to be a little more consistent with small amount of changes. Ooh. So I'll probably need to go to shape. It was a shape, rotation, scatter, not that. Taper, pressure 36%. Yeah, actually they don't really promote much difference. This one here, it was 36. Hello, good morning. Oh, this actually got me because I want to draw that, but it doesn't really. I want to change how pressure affect the thing, but it doesn't work. Make this 19. Yep, that will work. Alright, you know what? Let's just keep going. Don't waste any more time. And then we'll see how things goes towards the end. I don't know what I changed, but this time it actually worked a little better. But the line is definitely thinner. Oh, I changed here. It's a size. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Okay, so that's this part. Oh yeah, I forgot this one here. Okay, so that's that. Gonna do the iris here. Stretch the iris and make it slightly bigger. Now I can work on the highlight. Obviously these two eyes, the highlights are coming from the same direction. The shape is a little different because one of them actually I guess it's closer to the light source, so it appears to be slightly different. The cute little nose. Alright, so I guess that's about it for the eye. Hello, Raylene. Hey, Ian. Oh, that is Iran. Sorry. Sorry, Iran. Going back to the details now. Okay, that's that part. Alright, now we're gonna go down to the middle and create her shirt, the detail part of the shirt. Alright, now go back to here. Yeah, gradually get used to how the brush works. So I hope when I finish this drawing, I can find my ultimate brush for the outlines of my artwork. When I use Photoshop, I actually designed my own brush for like different type of outlines and different things. You know what? Maybe I should do that same thing with Procreate too. Okay. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's getting there. Um, it's getting closer to what I wanted now. But yeah, the size of the brush is still some concern of mine because I don't want to make certain part like too dark and other part too light. I want the color to be a little more consistent. Sorry, I mean the width of the line to be a little more consistent. Okay, now move on to the lower part. Jeez, I just realized it's November now, so we have about less than a month or two till the end of the year. Gosh, that's a little scary. Hmm. Yep, let's get in there. Now I'm adding the other side. Well, I suppose I can just copy and paste that, but it's kind of boring if I do so. That's why when I do the drawing, I don't mind to make things symmetrical, but when it comes to the actual refining part, I like to get everything, and outline part, I like to get everything myself, so I have a little better control. Yep, now I'm gonna work on the other side of the hand. Oh, it's almost, time flies. It's almost 9 now. Oh, it's almost 11 now. I'm gonna have to finish this and go get some food. Guys, if you're still there, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, go back to the original down the body, which is really cool. And the next part will be the hair. And eyebrows and stuff. So there'll be details on the hair that we need to take care of. Oh, Hello. Oh, hey. Welcome back. Hello. Alright. Now we're gonna work on her tail. It only shows a little area here in this artwork. And because I kind of run out of space. But the fact is that her hair is like super long. You tracing? You can trace however you want to. Okay, so well, I might have to just review how this thing look like by now. It's probably not as good as the blue line, but that happens all the time, so that's okay. Yeah, there's small issues with the hair. These couple of lines needs to be a little more heavier. Yeah, so I blend I blend the thing. I blend the actual brushes I'm using. Yeah, I think I make it slightly thicker, so it looks like it's actually the define the line between the face and the hair. Otherwise, it will look very strange. It's mini. This one goes a little too thin. So if we solve it, it will work. Oh yeah, that's a iPad pen is good too. Do you use like a stylus to draw, or do you draw with your hand? Hi. Yeah, let me know. Oh my god, what is this? I accidentally did a random line here. Yeah, I think. Well, I tried Ibis Pen once with my phone, and it's because the screen is really small. It get me some very um, tense experience. Mostly because I think my finger is a little too fat. Yeah, I still believe if you draw with a stylus or a pencil of some kind, it'd be easier to manage and easier to control. Alright, I'm happy with what I got so far here. It does have some very shaky lines. If I don't stare at this, it will be okay. But the problem is I do stare at the lines I draw, so that will work better. Hello. Alright, now I want to add just tiny bit of. I don't think I'm gonna color that, by the way. I don't think I will. But I want to just very quickly add a bit of shading inside the eye, and just to make the eye look more pop. A little more pop. Okay, let me try that. Yeah, this is Mako. Well, now the fat brush actually worked. I like how easy it is to shade. That should be fine. My god, it gets super windy outside. Oh, what was that? I wish I know what you're talking about. I got one side kind of works. I'm gonna work on the other side. Okay, so that is the upper part of it. Lower part. Now I'm gonna do a bit of shadings for the blushing. It's not like it's a lot, but should I add it? Maybe not. I don't know. This is kind of confusing. Now let's stop from drawing guide. So that will be it. There's not that much I need to do with this eye. Just zoom out to see the whole thing. I need to add some darker shades on the other side, that's for sure. Yep, that's right. So behind here, okay, that's that. Now the lower part will be the same, I guess. If I add some darker shades here, it will make it look a little more natural. Because I don't think I will color this. So that kind of, just to balance it out a little bit. What else I need to do? Shades. Shade a little at the darker corners. That's fine. The hair, this side of the hair is still pretty wobbly. Something I have to change. Okay, so I think I did okay with her face. Yeah. We do have a lot other areas that we should do, but so far face is fine. I'm gonna zoom it out and review it. Not bad, isn't it? Yeah, thanks. I love Miko too. Actually, gonna try to do a slightly different expression after that. That's the first one I'm doing. Good. think that one is down. What time is it? Oh, 11. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this. I'm gonna call this off now, and I'll see you later. Thanks for staying here and watching this.